family lived right across from Colonial Park Cemetery when Conrad was a little boy. So if you go to Colonial Park Cemetery, he's right across the street. The middle of the block is a house with a Conrad Aiken. That's where he lived until he was 11. But when he was 11 years old, he awoke to the sounds of an argument and gunshots, and it was a murder-suicide. His father killed his mother, and he killed himself. And they're buried in the back of the plot. So you can see the date that happened down there. It's February 27th.
42.8 feet tall. The biggest here in Bonaventure Cemetery.
And then runs across the street to the police station.
This is the monument of Henry Jackson, and this was made from granite from the state of Maine. And the top of the monument was a piece created by Tiffany's of New York. The grieving woman, a common theme here in the cemetery, and this is one of the most popular ones and the most beautiful, and that's sitting right along here, the Savannah River. Cargo ship coming down the Savannah River, November 11th, 2020.
Always like to remind the guests
Chippewa Square.
Our squares today or tonight. You ever see a war hero? You ever see a soldier in our squares? Always remember they will always be facing towards the direction of their enemies. Yeah, Pulaski, Casimir Pulaski. Let's hold that story until we get into our next one. Very good story about it.
Sorrel Square.
Take a look up. You're right. If you like Civil War homes, if you like Civil War history, man, this is your place here. One of my favorite museums and homes to tour here on your right, which is called the Green Belford House, originally built in 1854. Get this, $76,000. That was it. It was built for a guy by the name of Charles Green. He was a very wealthy cotton broker as well as a jeweler. But if you would, notice what the marker here on your right says. Oh, Sherman's headquarters. Now we have what's called the March to the Sea. The horse has one hoof up, whomever that is, on top of the horse simply means that they were wounded during the battle. For the
Monterey Square.
Here you go, guys. Remember before we start, his lover / co-worker, his name was Danny Lewis Ansford. The movie
Mercer House.
By Jude Law. He was on midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Nobody ever thought for 1 second that the movie was really going to do as well as it did. But nobody ever thought for 1 second that when the book was published in over 20 different languages, plus they'll be it'll stay on the #1 bestsellers list. Get this from just by another gentleman by the name of Richard Kessler. Now, if you would, keep his name in the back of your mind, okay? He develops a lot of 5-star hotels all over the United States, and he's done 4 of them here in Savannah. We're on our way over to the first one called the Mansion.
Dedicated to all the soldiers who have lost their lives.
Part of the park Anybody going to be around on Saturday? It's not too much of a long shot. Didn't have for it was a name, so they decided to call it the Candler Oak. It was named after the Warren Candler Hospital, which is over here. It sits in the olive drab-colored building there to your right.
Oldest
now, if you were
oak
to drill
in
through
Savannah.
one side of the grandfather of Juliet Gordon, remember the founder of the Girl Scouts back in 1912. 3, he's buried underneath this monument that's seen on your left. And if you look to your right, inlaid in solid gold leaf, all derived from another city in Georgia y'all may be familiar with. How about Dahlonega, Georgia? Hey folks, that's our city. It's the largest and the oldest of all 22 squares. But notice in the center of the square, there's the monument of that guy, Nathaniel Green. Hey folks, remember him? That's the guy who used to walk
Johnson
around
Square,
with a hat on.
the
He's
oldest
the
in Savannah.
We said that he later died of a heat stroke. To your right, I should say the historic Lucas Theater.
We will shortly go inside.